Hey y'all, Dills here. So part two of my spiritual journey. So after that, it was just a sense of calm being in Savannah and walking around Savannah. I just felt a lot of different energies and things like that. Things I've never felt before when it came to me being exceptionally spiritual, intuitive, empathetic. The next thing that happened was when my ex-wife came to visit and move to Savannah. She was having a hard time finding a job and things like that. And before she moved from Texas to Savannah, she met up with her ex. And she told me she was meeting up with her, said goodbye, whatever. I was like, all right, whatever, I don't give a fuck. And so she put me on video chat with her, and this woman just had a look about her, and I was just like, something not right with her. And the look she had on her face, she turned white like a ghost. And I didn't realize at the time what that was. And then afterwards, after my whole spiritual journey, my ancestors were behind me, and she saw them and was like, oh, this bitch ain't nothing to fuck with, because I'm not. So something just told me to make a type of a spiritual bath for my ex-wife because her finances was blocked. Everything was blocked. And so I put Florida water in a bucket because I had a stand-up shower with Himalayan salt, cloves, bay leaf, and cinnamon. Made a whole concoction for her. I don't know where I came up with this concoction, but it was in me. So I told her, go in the bathroom, pour this water on you, say some prayers, ask for protection, guidance, whatever. So she was in the bathroom doing that. Mind you, at the same time, I'm still doing public relations and social media marketing. And I could smell the Florida water in my mouth. Like I could smell it and I can taste it. And she was all the way on the other side of the studio taking this bath. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So she came out the bathroom and I didn't realize I was in full trance mode because I asked, can we see who it is that's blocking my ex-wife's finances, energy, whatever the case may be. And I was shown my ex-wife coming out of the hospital in a wheelchair because she had a really bad accident. And I asked her, I said, the day when you were in the hospital, you came out the hospital, were you wearing a white shirt, gray sweatpants, and white sneakers? And her mouth dropped. She goes, I wasn't, but what's the name was? I said, well, this is the person that's actually have you blocked in every which way or form. And the bath that I just made you should help remove all of that stuff. And then she told me, it's so funny that you say that because one time I was in her house and she's actually a practicing voodoo priestess. And I was like, huh, interesting. And I'm Haitian. So she said she was rummaging through her stuff or whatever her case may be. And she found a piece of her dreadlock binded in the string from the burlap sack in a box. So this woman had her binded. So she says she went to the backyard and she burned it. When she got home because she took the piece of her dreadlock. But she never cleansed herself. She never did none of those things. And after that, the woman stopped calling her. She started getting a whole bunch of different luck and opportunities. We ended up getting a nice car. So she started driving Lyft and just everything was on the upswing. So we moved from the studio apartment because I manifested a townhouse, 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, fireplace, patio, the whole 9 yards. Still paying $895, but on a different side of town. And that's where my journey really, truly began because I just had this inclination because in the living room was a fireplace and by a fireplace was a shelf. And I just had the inclination of putting pictures up of my grandparents who are my ancestors now, who have passed on, and just to honor them in such an amazing, beautiful way. And that's going to be part 3.